Well, if you guys haven't had a chance to check that out on Peacock, man, go check that out. Cody Rhodes documentary, man. He's talking about his life, following his father's footsteps and being in his father's shadow, even now. And so he's talked about the hardships that he's had coming into wrestling, coming from that amateur background. I didn't know that Cody was an amateur wrestler, man, and he actually won some. He had a big name in amateur wrestling for a little bit with his high school, man. So that was pretty interesting to find that out, that he was a legit wrestler in high school, man, and coming into the WWE after he tried the Hollywood thing that didn't work out for him and his sister. So he, kind of told his dad that he was coming, wanted to wrestle. And so it just follows his journey from his high school days when he was wrestling during tournaments all the way up to now in WWE, and what the future holds for the great Cody Rhodes. So, man, if you haven't had the opportunity to check it out, man, go check out this man's documentary on Peacock. I think you guys will like it. If you're Cody Rhodes fans, if you want to know a little bit more about Cody Rhodes, I would go and check that out. A very interesting thing that happened, though, man, is that Triple H had said some things that was very, very interesting. He called AEW, one of the companies that Cody Rhodes started, a secondary wrestling company, man. And your boy Tony Khan, he had some things to say about that. So let me go ahead and read that to you. This is coming from Sportskeeda. Tony said, "We certainly won't be the second promotion at all. And we're number one in the UK on TV and with a record gate. I have a lot of respect for Cody. I know these weren't his words, to be fair, but we're not secondary in a lot of markets. For the first time in a long time, WWE has been secondary in a lot of markets. I'm proud where we're at, and we're not taking the back seat to antibodies." Woo! Strong words from your boy Tony Khan, man. LP, what do you think about what Triple H said, calling AEW a secondary wrestling company? And what do you think about that clapback from Tony Khan, man? Saying we ain't no secondary company. What you talking about?
Yeah, man, I kind of think that Triple H was a little bit out of pocket for the line itself, because I mean AEW is a kind of a secondary, but it's not. I mean, it's never going to be as big as WWE. But just like Tony Khan said, we don't have to be the number one. We can beat y'all in other categories. And to be perfectly honest, I don't watch AEW on a regular basis, but I plan to start soon. But from what I see from AEW, they have better matches and they have better promos. WWE is just WWE. I mean, it ain't nothing you can do about it. Just like, even back in WCW days when WCW was number one for 82 weeks, and they were doing a lot of great things. It's just a matter of them sustaining it. If they can sustain it, because nobody even thought AEW would be where they are now. Right. They definitely are above TNA. Even when TNA was at its best, it was never a threat to WWE. Like WWE never even paid TNA any mind, even when TNA was full of WWE stars. And I actually thought TNA was a pretty good product at one point in time. But they made a lot of mistakes and it ended up being where it's going to be. But yeah, Triple H just didn't even need to even try to go that route, because it's kind of like bully tactics a little bit. Because WWE is not indestructible. Like right. I think they feel like they are, but it can only take one or two things that really could hurt WWE. And I really think sometimes some of the decisions they make of late have actually hurt them, and that's why a lot of fans have went to AEW. Sometimes they come back, sometimes they don't. But AEW, sometimes people watch both. But
Right.
AEW, I think AEW is here to stay. Because I mean, look what they doing. What is that the thing that is packed? I think sold out in is it Europe or somewhere? Somewhere they got a show something coming up.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure if that's all in, and if I'm wrong, fans, please forgive me for that. It's one of their shows that they're having. Um, they said they were number one in the UK, man. I'm not sure. That crowd at when the WWE went to the UK was insane. But there's a market for AEW wrestling. You can see that AEW is doing something that hasn't been done in a long time, which is kind of merging other companies and brands and working with other talent from other companies. And you know what I'm saying? And then giving some of those talents the flexibility to work in between the companies. So it's really, people can say what they wanted to about AEW, but it's really out here beating people. To be honest with you, man, some people who thought their career was absolutely over has gotten a revival of sorts to their career. People who didn't get an opportunity in WWE is now getting the opportunity in in AEW. So there's room for competition. And to be honest with you, since AEW has come around, they've made WWE kind of step up their game a little bit.